What's going on, everyone? This is Will with the Commander Duo coming at you with another deck profile. This is going to be a pretty special video here, being that this is a fully custom altered deck that I made for a friend who wanted me to make him a Halo deck. Kind of like how I made my Overlord deck. The whole deck is legit cards that are completely just altered, so everything in this deck is Halo based. But yeah, without further ado, I'll show you the commander and we'll go through the deck here. So looks like we have the Master Chief as Galea, Kindler of Hope. It has Vigilance, and you can look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast Aura and Equipment spells from the top of your library. When you cast an Equipment spell this way, it gains when it enters, attach it to a target creature. And then for the quote, he wanted the...
Thought I'd try shooting my way out. Mix things up a little.
So yeah, that's the Master Chief. Pretty awesome. I made this myself. The whole deck I altered myself. Respect to all the artists and everyone that, for whoever did all the artwork. Some of the artists were hard to find, so you're not going to see artist names on them. But I do appreciate the art that you guys do. And without further ado, let's get going with this deck. So starting things off here, we have to have Cortana as the reality chip. Makes sense because she can be reconfigured in and attached to a creature, and then when it is attached, you can play lands and cast spells from the top of your library, and you can also look at the top card of your library at any time. So very helpful, especially attached with Master Chief, because you can already play Aura and Equipment from the top, and then this basically makes it so we can just play spells in general from the top without having to use our hands, so it's going to be really cool. The whole idea of the deck theme is based around Equipment because Master Chief wants all the weapons, but I also added some other things in to make it more Halo because he wanted a whole bunch of different stuff. So these are the main two. Okay, so now we have our Halo Reach Noble 6 team, starting off with Noble 6 as Rafik of the Many. And it kind of makes sense when he attacks alone, it gains double strike till end turn. Then we have Emil as Rune of the Hidden Realm. June as Caddy Bree, the Archer, which is very fitting for him. Then we got Kat as Shauna. George as Nazan. And then we have Carter as that Frost Giant. I forgot what his name was, but pretty cool. So yeah, all of them have like the same kind of art style. Pretty sweet. Next we have our ODST members. We have Odric, Stonehewer Giant, Stoneforge Mystic, Pure Steel Paladin, and SRAM Senior Edificer. Definitely good cards for Equipment. Then we have to have our Sergeant Johnson here. He's the Arden Intrepid Archaeologist. Can attach any number of Aura and Equipment to a permanent or player. Pretty awesome. He can move all of your equipment to one place or redirect it, so pretty cool. And that's it for our like Marines and soldiers. Next we have our spaceships, which are mostly angels. So first we have our Sigarda, Host of Herons, as the Pillar of Autumn. Really long quote on there, but it's the best quote. We have Limvala, Shield of Seagate, as the UNSC Forward Unto Dawn. Then we have our Heavenly Blade Master as the UNSC Infinity. It has flying, double strike, and then you can attach any number of auras and equipments you control to it. Other creatures get +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to Heavenly Blade Master. So if this comes on where there's a bunch of equipment, it's going to suck it all up. With flying and double strike, it's going to be terrifying, and then it's going to boost everything else. We got Bruna, Light of Alabaster, as the Spirit of Fire from Halo Wars. Then we have our Birds of Paradise as a Pelican. Not a spaceship, but it's still a flying ship. Then last we have our armored Sky Hunter. This is as the oh man, what kind of ship? The Resolute class. It's a destroyer. Pretty sweet. As the armored Sky Hunter. And that wraps up basically our creatures. Moving on just to some ramp, we have our Soul Ring, our Arcane Signet. This art actually is two different arts. I just cropped the Sacred Icon key and put it back behind like a wallpaper image. Thought it turned out really good though. And we have Mana Crypt as the Arc. Thought that was pretty cool. Or Installation 00. Next we have some of our equipment searchers. We have, oopsies. We have the Steel Shaper's Gift and the Open the Armory as the Fall of Reach and Winter Contingency. It's actually a panorama too, of all 6 of them. Pretty cool. Have some pretty flavorful quotes in there too. If you want to see it, you can just pause. Next we have a Sigarda's Aid, Rancor, and then these are our enchantment auras. We have Mantle of the Ancients. Thought that was cool. Cool art. Gift of Immortality as our Halo 3 bubble shield. And then these two are Steel of the Godhead and Shield of the Oversoul as special altered cards. Hope of Humanity, Spartan 117, and Pillar of Strength, Master Chief. Really, really good enchantment auras. Can I proceed, Abby? Thank you. So we have Hunter's Insight. Choose a creature you control. Whenever it deals combat, draw that many cards. Super helpful when we're hitting really hard in this deck. And then for our 3, the spells that are free if you control your commander, because we want to have Master Chief in, we have...
That's not going to happen.
As Fierce Guardianship. Then we have...
No, sir.
As Flawless Maneuver. And then...
Slow down. You're losing me.
As Obscuring Haze. You have to make sure when you play these cards that you cast them for what I wrote them as and not for what they actually are. Now we have...
Sir, finishing this fight.
As Single Combat. Then we have the Battle of New Mombasa as Slash the Ranks. We have... Somebody order a Warthog! As Open the Vaults, if you remember Foehammer. Thought that was pretty fitting. Cool artwork too. Then we have our Hero of St. Helios as Brilliant Restoration. Good old Arbiter in there. Then next we have, I put all of the Sword ofs in this deck. All of these arts I did in game, I went into Halo 4. And I think maybe Reach, or maybe it was just Halo 4. But I went in and took screenshots, so all these I technically made myself. So we have the Sniper Rifle as the Sword of Feast and Famine. We have the Rocket Launcher as the Sword of Sinew and Steel. The M90 Shotgun as the Sword of Hearth and Home. The Railgun as the Sword of Fire and Ice. The Binary Rifle as the Sword of Light and Shadow. The DMR as the Sword of War and Peace. And the Magnum as the Sword of Truth and Justice. And finally, the Saw as the Sword of Body and Mind. Next, we're moving on to our vehicle equipment, essentially. So we have the Maul of the Skyclaves, which is essentially the Hornet. The Argentum Armor, which is the Mantis Assault Mech. Which that I actually took in game too, myself. Then we have our Behemoth Sledge as a Scorpion Tank. And the Sword of Vengeance as our Warthog. And I know my buddy Logan loved that quote.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
Alright, now we have just more equipment. We have the Holy Avenger. The Hammer of Nazan, of course. The Fire Shrieker. Colossus Hammer. that gravity hammer going on. We have the bone sabers with one of my favorite red versus blue quotes. Whisper Silk Cloak, another great quote from Halo 2. We got Shadow Spear, the Robe of Stars, Resurrection Orb, which I believe came from the Warhammer set. I thought that was a really cool card. And that's it. Last but not least, we have our lands. This is put a lot of work into the lands and getting all the best arts I could find. So again, to the artists that designed these arts, they are amazing, and thank you so much. This is a one-of-a-kind deck just for my friend, so again, there's not going to be any type of reselling or redistributing or reprinting of it. It's just for him to play Magic with. But yeah, again, these arts in here are amazing, so thank you again to the artists for doing what you do. Starting things off, we have our command tower, and it's aboard the Infinity ship. Then we have the Flooded Strand, the Windswept Heath, and the Misty Rainforest for our fetch lands. Then we have the Hollowed Fountain, give me a sec. Sorry about the technical difficulties there with my cat. Always ruining the videos, you know. Anyways, moving on, we have the Hollowed Fountain, Temple Garden, Breeding Pool. Then we have for the dual lands, we have the Tundra, Savannah, Tropical Island. We run a Prismatic Vista, Fabled Passage, nice thing, Helios art. We got the Prairie Stream, Canopy Vista, the Sparta's Headquarters, I think that's also aboard the Infinity. Then we have the Deserted Beach, some Halo 1 artwork, Dream Root Cascade, Overgrown Farmland, Bountiful Promenade, I believe that might be Halo 5, or Infinite, I don't know. Rejuvenating Springs. And then we have the Temple of Plenty, Temple of Mystery, Halo 1, Temple of Enlightenment. Then we have Sun Petal Grove, Hinterland Harbor, Glacial Fortress. I think that's also Halo 1 art. Looks super cool. Academy Ruins. Very fitting. It's the ruins of the Halo 3 Forward Unto Dawn ship. Very cool. Cortana. Rogue's Passage, Path of Ancestry, another saying Helios art. Inventor's Fair, love the art on this one that I picked. Hall of Heliod's Generosity. And that's it for all the non-basics. But I did make some pretty cool unique basics, so. And that's it for the deck profile. So yep, I'm gonna be giving this to my good friend very soon for him to play it. I tried to make it as strong as I could, but I honestly didn't know anything about this commander, so I kind of built it the way I thought it should be built, and also I built it the way I thought he would like it. Wanted to add enough creatures and things to like add the Spartans and ODSTs and stuff like that. So yeah, I really hope he likes it, and I'm excited to play against the Master Chief in the future.
She said that to me once.
Thanks again for watching, everybody. Have a good day.